there is a dynamic going on with what I'm doing that I would like to talk about. There are two responses that I'm getting specifically tied to this from the videos that I'm making. One is people coming to me and saying that they really would love to do what it is I'm doing. They'd like to do Beachbody coaching, they'd like to help other people, and they'd like to have all this motivation and drive and fitness and all of that stuff, but they first really need to get their self figured out. They aren't healthy, they aren't up for all the workouts, they aren't in that place yet, and they want to first get healthy, establish a baseline, start working out, and have something to like talk about and show how awesome they are. So I completely get that concept, but let me tell you about the other response I'm getting. So the other response I'm getting is that I'm not up here telling you that I'm working out every day, which is kind of the Beachbody way. I'm supposed to be, and I'm told by my coach to post about how I'm working out every day. I'm not working out every day. I am taking walks. I'm taking walks almost every day. I'm trying to take walks every day, and I'm not necessarily talking about it. I do talk about it a little bit, but the working out is not the biggest part for me, and it's a big part of Beachbody coaching, but I'm actually just building a community around sharing myself and sharing my struggle, not my success, my struggle. And the other response that I have been getting is from women who are coming to me, and men, I guess. I've also had men come to me and tell me that they felt very alone, and they felt very weak, and they felt like failures, and some people had followed me for years and felt like I was just perfect, and even if I had a bad day, what did I have to complain about? And they had no idea that I had been going through any kind of struggles or had ever really seen any problems in my life that wasn't just me being blonde and successful and having all the love that I ever wanted, because those are the things that I posted about. Those are the things that I shared. When I started a big workout and I was doing great for the first couple of weeks, I posted about it and I talked about it. And guess who disappeared when she fell off that bandwagon and fell apart and went back to the couch and couldn't do anything and fell into depression and couldn't work on her goals anymore? But you don't hear that. You only hear that I'm doing great, when I'm doing great again, and I have something positive to focus on. And nobody wants to hear me bitch and moan and complain, but I'm finding that the more that I post about having a rough time, the more that I post about not being able to get out of bed in the morning because my brain chemistry is still messed up because I'm still really sick, the more that people resonate with me. And they're not resonating with me just because I'm succeeding, they're resonating with me because I'm struggling, and I'm making it okay to struggle. My own sister, who's one of the most amazing success stories of learning to retrain your situation, your health, your relationship with your body and with nutrition. She's just lost a lot of weight, and she's getting all of this feedback from people asking her how awesome it must be. Like, how are you feeling? Isn't it great to just feel so much better and look so much healthier? So as she was getting healthier and she was answering all of her questions about how she had done it and helping advise people and all of that stuff was supposed to be feeling so great, she was experiencing more and more depression, and she didn't tell anybody, and she was just burying herself deeper and deeper, and it began to come out in all sorts of illnesses. She got shingles. She's no reason why she should have shingles. She just started to suppress and hide all of the stuff that wasn't fitting that storyline of this ultimate success story. She's going to the gym, she's pushing herself, and she's trying to bury the fact that she's human, and it's still difficult. So that way of operating creates what exactly it is that's causing her to do that. She's only showing people the good stuff. And when she talked to me about it, I reminded her that people actually need to hear the rough stuff. They need to hear that it's not just you started changing things and everything got better and you just headed linearly off into the sunset and everything was awesome for you, because they can't identify with that, because they've tried that and it doesn't work that way for them, because it doesn't work that way for anybody. And that's why I have the wall calendar video, and that's why I have my why, and that's why I have all of these posts where I'm telling you I had a rough day and I lost a friend and I had stuff going on and I didn't meet my goals today, but I'm okay and I see the positive aspects and I'm growing and learning and I'm excited to get back on the horse tomorrow and as soon as I can and as soon as I have energy, and right now I don't, and that's okay. And so it allows people to actually connect with you. So if you are considering the idea of being a Beachbody coach and you're holding back because you're not there yet and you're still struggling, that will make you actually a very, very good coach. Let me tell you a little bit about how I became a Beachbody coach, because this illustrates it perfectly. I just did Facebook like a normal thing. Totally, completely normal. I one day saw this picture of this really amazing woman, and she was super healthy, super fit, super happy, incredibly gorgeous. She's just got it all. It's awesome. And she's got an adorable daughter. Very cool. She pops up in my newsfeed, somebody sharing her stuff. Cool. She pops up again. So I go check her out and I can follow her page. I look through her photos and stuff. She's just alive and vibrant and healthy. And I like that. I like seeing it. But she's so alive and so vibrant and so fit and toned and awesome. It's more like a spectator sport. It's more like something that I wanted to watch and just go, wow, that's cool. Good for her. Sucks I'll never, ever, ever be like that. And then one day, since I'm seeing all of her posts and just watching and going, wow, that's awesome for her, one day she makes a post about her struggle. And so she posted saying that she was celebrating because she had been suffering from hypothyroid issue, Hashimoto's, and she had been depressed and weak and unable to work out and unable to do anything for the past year. And it had just completely torn apart and destroyed her life, destroyed her relationships, it destroyed everything. And she was put on thyroid medication and she started working out, she started Shakeology, she started all this Beachbody stuff, and she started to feel better. So, starting to feel better and all of that grew into more health, grew into her thyroid being able to regulate itself, grew into healing out of this disease that she was taking medication for, and she got off of the medication. And she got off of the medication, she, continued doing the things that were helping her, and she was posting to say that she had just gone in and had test results, and she was doing really, really well without the medication. So she got off of it thinking that she would be okay, and she was. And all of a sudden, it changed for me. I went back to her profile. When I had gone to it previously, I had seen her before and after pictures, and before was post-baby. So post-baby to this really extremely fit, and I looked further. She had won figure competitions for her body, for her physique. Then she got pregnant, and then she got back into very good health within a very short period of time, and she's an amazing success story, but I didn't identify with that. I didn't identify with a figure competitor. I didn't identify with that. And since then, I've heard a lot more about her story and her struggle, and it sounds more similar to mine, even though her body could do a lot more than mine has ever been able to do. So now I identify with her. And as soon as I found out that she's not just this perfect, super fit woman with a child who's got it all, as soon as that clicked for me, as soon as I saw who she really was and her struggle, I wanted to know what she was doing. And I asked her, and I became a Beachbody coach because she inspired me to do that, because her life suddenly seemed actually achievable. Her success seemed actually achievable. Not her success, but success through struggle seemed achievable. So trying to share yourself in ways that only sells your success is not selling anyone. I have a cousin who's been following me for years who just told me that she's only seen me and felt resentful and envious of my life. And now that she sees these videos, she said that for the first time in her life, she doesn't feel alone. And that she realizes that I wasn't just perfect off with this awesome side of the family that she didn't get to be a part of. She actually sees that I was a real person the whole time and that she just didn't know. That's huge. And that changed her life by her report. Just me showing my vulnerability and my struggle. I'm not showing my wild successes because I don't have any yet. I haven't achieved any of the great, huge, big things that I wanted. I'm not going to be standing around at figure competitions. I'm not going to be doing pull-ups. I'm not going to be doing P90X and Insanity and Hammer and Chisel and rocking it. I'm not going to be doing those things because I'm not there. But I'm not going to wait to share my life and share myself with other people until I'm there, because they won't be able to identify with me. And if that's all she had done, if that's all she had posted, now that she's feeling better, if that's all that she ever posts, she'll lose out on connecting with a whole lot of people. But she does a really great job of also posting about when it's hard and when she's sick and how she pushes through and how her life is just like anybody else's life. And that is what has made her very, very successful. And that is how I'm reaching people as well. That's how she reached me. So don't expect yourself to be perfect, and don't wait until you're perfect and successful to share yourself with the world, because all you're doing is perpetuating the loneliness of every single other person out there who knows they're not perfect and they're not successful the way that they want to be. So the only time you'll resonate with those people is when they're in a current high, and then when they drop off in a low, they're going to shut you out and stop talking to you because they'll feel ashamed. So open up all of your vulnerability, open up all of your struggle, open up all of those things. Start now. If you want to start with Beachbody coaching, just start posting. Just start talking about your struggle. Just start talking about how you're thinking about, how you're looking at different paths and different ideas on how to get on top of your own struggle, and be a real person, because that will make you a much, much, much better coach than being a successful person. I am Carissa, and I am a person full of struggle and full of illness and full of things holding me back. I'm a person who sets huge, lofty goals, falls short of them, and doesn't let go of them. Just keeps trying, just keeps resetting the deadline, and just keeps pursuing, and that's what makes me successful. Sharing that makes me 10 times more successful.